Please hang up and try again.
Yhdysvaltain esivaalissa New Hampshiressa on vasemman laidan veteraani Bernie Sanders. Sitten Euroopasta Yhdysvaltoihin. USAssa New Hampshiressa on
Demokraattien esivaaleissa tehdään nyt kilometrikaupalla jalkatyötä.
I'm knocking on doors for Bernie today. Is this the home of Jon?
New Hampshiren talviviimaa uhmaten Elizabeth Robb ja sadat muut vapaaehtoiset kiertävät ovelta ovelle kampanjoimassa. Robbin urakka on käydä päivän aikana 40 ovella puhumassa väkeä Bernie Sandersin taakse.
I want a better country. I want a country that I'm not embarrassed of. I want a country that provides healthcare for its people and education that doesn't land people in debt and isn't locking up immigrants in cages on our southern border.
The following program is brought to you in living color on It just starts in black and white.
Hi, and welcome to Ward 13. Hey, can you zoom in on me? I'd like to thank Q, who's a regular guest on the Matt Connerton show, for sending me this nifty mask. Who says I have, oh, here, let me see. Isn't this great? Who says that President Trump isn't a caring dude, huh? What do you think, Gonzo?
I think he cares about his immediate family and about his friends, but I think outside his circle he's pretty much all set, I would say.
What? After the generosity of Q giving me this mask.
He did, and you know what he did?
Which cost over $50 each, I might add, because of the exigencies, the demands, if you will. That's, exigencies means
get used
demand.
to him, because he's going to win again,
situation.
so unfortunately he's going to...
Don't
it's going to be a landslide, too.
You don't find this a very attractive mask?
I love that mask. I think it's great. I love any creativity.
By the way, Q told me to...
No way.
To give you one of the Donald Trump... he's giving away his own $100 bill.
Did you know that when I got my stimulus check, he signed it?
He didn't sign it.
What a great guy.
What
a nice guy. He put his name on the check that he gave me.
Well, here's the new stimulus,
Loser.
He's all going to give us $2,020 for, why would he give us 2020?
Well, we know the pun there. Like I don't know
it's a pun.
I don't know if it's a pun. I'm not a wordsmith, but how antidote?
I can't remember the either.
However, we all know that's the year he's running for re-election.
It is
2020 this year.
I thought it was 2019 this year.
No, this year he's doing it. And there's no voting from home.
You know what's great? When you look on the strip, it is a very saucy picture of Melania. When you're not old enough. When I was a boy, I'm 60 years old now, so I wore a jacket because you know what happened to me today. Skin peels off so easily.
I can't believe those teenagers beat you up like that.
It's been a long time since I was a teenager, when a teenager went after me. But they used to have these pens. And you'd look in them, and there'd be like a semi-naked dancing girl, and that was in the 60s. That was considered hot stuff.
Oh, you click it, right? And the boobies show up?
No, you turn it upside down, and then something goes...
I had a click one.
Yeah.
It shows their private parts when you click it.
That and these calendars that had comedic pictures of women. They were like... I'm not saying a Vargas girl, you're too young even for that, which used to be in Playboy. But they were illustrations of women, they were comedic. And they would grace calendars given out like by tool companies, so you'd see them at garages and stuff. It was very hot stuff for the time.
It's funny you bring in dollars today. I also brought in my own dollars.
What kind?
These are special, local dollars.
Why would you do anything with that? It makes me sick to even see that.
You know, I feel like he's a rock star at this point.
In what way? He lied about me. He lies about other people.
He's the probably most notorious alderman. You
Do
say
you have
that
to say?
you say
We're
that
not
name,
men-
and
we're
even
not mentioning the name.
you say those 3 letters,
But why do you?
and
what
then
would-
everybody
what is your
who's in-
attorney at law?
no, no, he's not. However,
However,
you say those
what?
3 letters to anybody who lives in Manchester, they, Republican or Democrat, they end up voting for him, and that's how he gets these massive amounts of
Not
at-large
true.
votes. I think he's definitely the rock star of the city.
What's wrong with you?
In fact,
What would be wrong with you?
what do you mean?
You come on the show.
I see
you
an up
talk
and comer.
about homeless people. Here's somebody that denigrates the homeless and degrades people.
Oh, I know. I'm not saying that I like it. I'm just
Yes,
saying
you are.
he is what he is, a very popular
You mean it's
person, and he throws his weight around, online, whatever. His name is very notorious in Manchester. Would you not agree?
He's a liar.
Well, I didn't say he was either. You get it like
The state.
you get it like
the
I'm on
attorney-
a campaign or something, but I just thought it was.
He's taking the mask off, and I'll take the gloves off too. That's a person the Attorney General found
Uh-oh.
to be untruthful. How that person wasn't disbarred is a miracle.
well, I don't,
Only in New Hampshire, right?
like I said, I don't know any of the details. All I know is
Why-
he's a rock star.
Why would you talk about somebody when you don't know the details?
Not-
Isn't that kind of like the people?
I wasn't talking about it. I was
Isn't
just
that kind of like the people that worship this person as a god?
I just immortalizing him on a sticker.
Why?
That's all.
So you're immortalizing,
Yeah.
in my opinion, somebody that hates, that goes around videotaping people defecating and stuff
Well,
like
yeah,
that.
I don't agree
That's
with
real
that.
club.
I think that's awful, and most of the things he posts are to get people stirred up. I feel like on that Manchester Happenings page, he'll throw something up and be like, "Hey, I know one of you losers hangs out with this guy or something like that." I don't like that.
Do you know that attorneys are not supposed to lie? Inside a courtroom, you can say anything. That's part of the Anglo-Saxon tradition. But it's
Yeah,
just
but you gotta
amazing.
swear to God you won't. You gonna tell the truth? Yeah, you
No,
swear to God.
A lawyer can craft any defense they want, unless the judge throws it out.
Well, regardless, I wasn't talking about his skill set. Right.
What does he pay you to come in here and do this?
I don't even think he knows me.
Yes, he does.
I was just saying that he's the rock star of the city, so I made stickers.
It's not, that's so stupid. I have to say, it's disgusting.
Now you
too.
see him everywhere. I won't be doing the stickering, by the way.
There's a journalist here that I remember this person. I won't give out their gender. It's not somebody that's well known.
Okay.
And
Is it because you don't know the gender?
No, I know.
Have,
And
we,
I
have
know-
we figured yours out yet, John?
If you're gonna say,
Come on, dude. Chill. I'm joking.
well, you talk
The
like somebody
layout.
that's like we're in sophomore year of high school.
Yeah.
Well, you can go down the radio for that.
That's what I bring to the table. A sense of immaturity that is refreshing.
I already have that, but at a different level.
John, I said way worse to you than that on the air.
I really don't care,
I'm just
but it's just irritating.
I know, that's why I do it. Come on, that's my thing.
But this person said, they had been a journalist in Massachusetts. They'd never seen anything like this person. And other people haven't either. That is a stain on this city. This city,
Why do you think he's perceived so well then?
what do you mean perceived so well?
Why does he win shattering amounts of votes?
Why is this President of the United States?
Because he has a fan base, and when he has Trump rallies, there's merch. You
So
ever
that
see
doesn't have
merch
anything to
at
do with an
anybody
electoral
else's?
college.
Well, no. I don't know anything
It doesn't
about
have
that.
any, you don't even know about the electoral college.
I know a little
Do you know
bit, but I
anybody that
know
ever-
it's all screwed up too now. Like all these.
Do you know anybody that ever voted for the President of the United States? See, now afterwards he's going to say, "Oh, you don't like me," after the conversation.
No, I don't understand what you.
Have
your
you
question
ever
is.
met a human being that voted for the President of the United States?
I voted for Barack.
You've never voted for the President of the United States. You voted for electors.
Right. So okay. So why do we go then? What's the point?
But you're saying, why
Why
does
do we,
he get
though?
elected?
So I know I get it. Kind of. You kind of vote. And ultimately it's up to somebody, but you're kind of swaying them with your vote, which is stupid. You're right. It's non-binding. I don't get it.
You have a
Pretty
system.
dumb, actually.
You have this ridiculous alderman at large system. 4 years ago, he and Rich Girard were elected without any. They were just elected. The Democratic Party didn't bother to put anybody up other than the incumbent.
He beat like 6 people this year, didn't he? Didn't he get like?
Why talk about something that you know so little
Yeah, but
about?
didn't he? Okay, did he get the most votes? Did he get like 30,000 votes or something like that?
That's because the system, the way it is.
I don't know. My point is, I didn't vote for him.
How many people vote?
I didn't vote for.
How many people voted during the election?
Probably like 34,000. That's my point.
How
I didn't
many
vote for
people
him, but
even vote?
my father-in-law, who's a Democrat, voted for him just because they know the name, and that's what's ridiculous. It's like the name you know. It's like that Eddie Murphy movie.
The problem with these aldermen at large is that the run citywide, it costs just one flyer will cost you tens of thousands of dollars.
Right. So.
So if you had like say 4 aldermen at large or 6, and they actually represented a real area, like the west side, there's 3 wards, and you could say the north end is its own, or you could go.
We'll do a 12. We'll just say 12 ballpark.
No, that's ridiculous. You could have
Oh,
4.
word.
Let's say you have 4 or you have 6, and they're contiguous areas that have some common interest. A person could run because it wouldn't cost as much money as citywide.
But
I mean, this is democracy where you got 2 people that get a hold on it, and one of them is, in my opinion, is egregious a person that could ever be in that office. It's an embarrassment.
would you say that he wins with marketing then? And
No, he wins because of the system. It's just why do everybody says that they hate Congress, but they vote for their congressman? It's the way it was created. The system.
Well, when you
have
vote,
a-
you just click down. Usually, you just
there's
vote
no
your
clicking.
side, or you vote your side.
unless you're a Democrat, and then you stop voting.
You
don't
hang a
vote
Chad.
You brought the issue up.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it.
Let's do it. I just said
We live in a first
he
past
wins
the
because
post
people know his
system.
name, whether they know anything about his policy, whether they even know what he looks like. They know that name.
Right,
He's
he
been
has a
plastered
path.
all over Manchester. He's got a brand in Manchester. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
That's why,
He-
as an artist, as a pop artist, you make current funny stickers, and
Yeah, but that
that's
doesn't mean anything.
why
what
he's
you
the
said.
subject of it, because he's the rock star right now.
What does rock star mean? That's something people had said up until the
Not saying
what
it's
was it,
great.
late 80s.
Look, I'm not a big fan of him, but
I think you are.
maybe I am. Maybe I am.
Admit it.
I admit it. I'm,
Yeah, you
I'm
are.
a closet fan.
You're not a closeted fan.
Don't say that stuff on the television show.
You're working down at the glory hole.
Oh my
here.
God, you can do it. This is called a catch. No, this is called a double standard.
No, a catch-22 is when.
I know
is
what a
it?
catch-22 is.
What is it?
It's when you can't. It's like when you lose your glasses and they're on your forehead.
No, catch-22. You've never read Catch-22?
No, but you have.
Of course I have. My generation read books.
Proceed. I want to hear it.
Well, in Catch-22, Yossarian was a navigator bomber in a B-25 in Italy, and they kept ratcheting up the number of missions where you could leave, go home. And the only way you could get out of flying the missions is if you're crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But the only way in his outfit that you could prove you're crazy is to go to the doctor and say you're crazy. And now if you say you're crazy to get out of flying these missions where you could get killed, you're not crazy. That's a catch-22.
Wait a minute. Yeah, that sounds like a catch-22 to me.
Yeah, that's a catch-22.
That's cool. That's the literal one. And the glasses thing, but.
Where I'm soliciting help to bring in here.
Well, we don't need help. We could just keep talking about your favorite guy.
What did Ryan tell you to bring those in?
No, I made these myself. Ryan has nothing to do with
Why
it.
would you waste your time on that?
Ryan is a big fan, though.
Yeah, I know.
He's always telling me, "Oh, he's a good dude. He's got my back." So, I don't know. Gorman thinks outside the bun, though. He's like Taco Bell.
The man bun?
No, not to me. I don't know. Yeah, that's something that I don't think you'll ever have to worry about, the man bun.
I could grow a man bun with. I have some back here,
Yeah.
but who would want to? It's like the ponytail, you know.
Oh, if you have beautiful hair, you might as well wear a man bun, I guess. What are you doing, calling Bill Berry again?
Yeah, I'm trying to get some help here.
We can't afford him. That cost us way
Anything
too
you
much
want.
last week. I don't have $300 to give him again.
$300 of what?
That's his appearance fee. Bill Berry's appearance fee. He's not cheap. He's a big wig too. We're just going down the alderman list today, or this week. That's what we should do. Pick one alderman every week, and then we'll just talk about
I
it.
refuse to tell what I know on public TV. First of all, it wouldn't do any good.
You ran for alderman, didn't you?
Yeah, to talk about things, but it doesn't make a bit
You're
of
close
difference.
though. I feel like.
What?
Were you close?
Oh, hell no.
Did you run at large or for your ward?
Oh, at large.
See,
That was, what was it? 50
That's ambitious.
Bucks? That's $50 I'd like to have back.
It's ambitious because it's hard to win at large. You know, you gotta. I feel like pound the pavement, knock every door in your little ward. You know what I mean? Buy some Shelby's pizza for someone.
What's Shelby's Pizza? I know
Shelby's
Shelby
pizza,
at
right on Mammoth Road.
Oh.
Oh yeah, they used to have 3 for $10. 3 for 10. Three pizzas for 10. It was so greasy, but it was good. Yeah.
Geez, Zoo, with the near legalization of marijuana, you'd think that they'd make a comeback.
You know what I miss? I miss the bar. I miss going out for drinks and having friends and like eating food, you know, like shooting the S, you know, just hanging out. I miss that. That was a good time. Playing Keno. Keno's a great addition, by the way. Anyway, what, you don't go to the bar, do you?
I'm not saying anything.
But you'll, okay.
I enjoy going to a public
I just
house.
think that as the weather hits, it's hard to kind of walk down the street. The guy's playing music over down at Panucci's, and you're thinking, all these people are here.
Folks, I was battling my car this morning, so I'm in a bad mood.
Yeah, bad mood.
You made me come in and do the show.
Bad mood doesn't state it. He was awful to me this morning.
I'm under a car and you're texting
Awful,
me.
abusive. But it's okay.
I was bleeding too.
I was hurting hard.
And then the wrench, I couldn't find that wrench.
Anyway,
Exciting, isn't it?
yeah.
He ruined the whole day by coming in here and
Would you have
sabotaging me.
Do you have any topics? You want to talk about how nobody's following the guidelines anymore? You ever noticed this? Go to the store lately. Nobody's wearing a mask
I
anymore.
don't to come downtown. In Bedford, they do.
It's absolutely turned from. So a quarter of the people wore a mask at first, then half, solid half. Then it peaked at like 3/4. So 1 out of 4 wasn't wearing a mask. Now it's flipped right back to 3 out of 4. And you maybe see 1 out of 4 wear a mask.
Oh, when I came downtown,
That was all in 1 week.
Nobody was wearing a mask except
It's
me.
all in 1 week. Yeah, it's basically getting switched over now.
Well, people are automatons.
And I think
People don't have. People are programmed.
I think that it's already too late anyway. Seeing these pictures of these people at the beach in mass, literally like just beaching it up, bruh. You know, like playing.
It was inevitable, though. This is America, you know.
This is
People
America,
wanna
but
be free.
people want to be free. Well, you're right, and people will be free, and they're getting a message from above to do whatever the hell you want. But the thing is, and maybe I'm just a paranoid Democrat, but
You're a Democrat.
yeah, you can tell I wear a mask at Hannaford. That's how you know a Democrat and a Republican, by the
Oh,
way.
no.
Whoever has a mask
has a
on
mask
is
at-
a Democrat. Whoever doesn't is a Republican.
Hannaford's is.
It's so funny. That's how you can tell. You might as well just write an R and a D on your head now.
That's
'Cause
wimpish.
that's the thing.
You have to do it at. I'll give you. I'll make one of these. I'll get Q to give you one of these. We'll have to edit that part.
Yeah,
out.
that's an oxymoron mask.
And there, good for you.
Yes.
And
Good for me. Thank you.
we'll have to get you one of these masks, and then you go to Market Basket. That's the razor's edge.
I don't wear masks. I wear different variations. So today I'm going to demonstrate a new. So what I like to do is demonstrate different ways to wear a mask. and still
You're gonna
look
have to
cool.
ask for a close-up.
So you kind of Bring boom, and then you flip it right down, and you get yourself a little mask.
You have to cover your nose,
You know
right?
what I mean? Well, that's just a makeshift. I didn't really get into it. But those are the different options you have. So you can accessorize. You could be responsible and look good too. Anyway,
I guess, huh?
that's my public service. By the way, can you get my shirt? I don't know if you can see that.
He has a picture of Kropotkin.
That's Hoppy Doppy over there.
Kropotkin.
Look at this handsome devil. I was making this and my wife's like, ooh, who's the hottie?
What's that? It's like
I'm like, settle down, honey. It's just Hoppy, dude.
over on the right, which is to I'm pointing left, but you're right. What's that big tooth? I have been having some
That's
tooth pain.
no, this?
Yeah, that's a little more,
This-
all the way to the corner all the way on the
Okay.
right, all the way down. Down.
That's
Yeah.
not a tooth, bro.
Yeah, that looks
This
like
is
a
your
big
head.
molar.
That's a microphone.
Well, I
at-
can see
you're
that.
at- yeah, so the
And
tooth
there's a
wouldn't
huge
be way
molar.
down there. The tooth would not be down there, though. That's just ridiculous. So it's called a stencil. You kind of cut out certain pieces.
That's a molar. How did you know? You should be on Norm's show because I've been having trouble with number one.
I've been on Norm's show.
Yeah, and because I arranged it.
You did arrange it. Thank you. Wow.
Lucky you.
What a guy, dude. If you know Jon Hopwood, you are in the inside track.
No,
to
that's
life.
Peter White.
Peter White, yeah. Well, that's a guy with clout. You don't F with Peter White. Ever.
Uh-oh.
Peter White is a good success story, though.
Okay, it's 3:21. In about 50 minutes, you're going to start flying.
You could be Peter White if you had ambition.
Well, I don't.
Or his hair. He has great hair.
He has a great voice.
Anyway, what are you saying?
What did you want to be on TV today for?
Oh, I just like to put myself out there. I'm an artist, so
A
more
narcissist?
exposure, the better.
Would you say that your fascination with that rock star is because you're identifying with a fellow narcissist?
Perhaps.
Oh.
I may be a narcissist.
Hi, welcome to Ward 13 with Gonzo. Okay, we already have enough dead air.
Oh, sorry, butt dial. That was me. Who'd you get on the line this time? You get the mayor? Is she calling in?
Why would the mayor call me?
What, you off her radar?
Why would
Put it
you
this
call-
way.
why
If
would
you were
you
walking
call
at the
me?
mall, if you were at the mall, and you were walking one direction, and the mayor was walking in the other direction, would she acknowledge you and say hello?
Of course she would.
Would she stop and do the small talk?
Yes, but yes, why not?
Okay. Well, that's good. Then you're not out. Then
Hello?
You're in.
Hello, boys. You just hung up on me.
Yeah, we have a
Apologize.
call. We can't talk to you that long. We got a call coming in from California, but
It's not
Eric,
true.
say hello. Yes, we do.
No, we're
So-
not bumping Eric for
How are you
California.
doing, Eric?
I know you just hung up on me. That wasn't very nice.
Eric, you didn't say anything.
Eric, I heard you today on the radio. Peter's pissed at you, huh?
We don't use foul language.
Yeah, I called up the show finally. Yep.
Yeah, he's mad at you, huh?
No, he's not mad.
No, I just texted him. He's mad at you.
Scintillating conversation.
Yeah, he's not
bro.
happy. You should probably
I
call.
know,
You should
I
probably
went
call him and
to
clear it up.
For him once too, and then I ate at his restaurant once, and now I feel dirty all about it. I won't be voting for him
Hey,
anymore. I hate that he makes fun
speaking
of
of Democrat-
Gonzo. I don't like that.
Who are we talking
Eric's
about?
spending his new disability
restaurant?
stipend.
On 23.
What
Very,
restaurant?
very frivolous with his disability stipend that he's
Maybe I
getting.
should call him up tonight and tell him not to do that anymore.
Who?
What, on your new iPhone, Eric?
Him up a little bit.
Who are we talking about?
What else you got, Eric? You got an iPhone, a big screen, you got cable.
Does
now?
anybody know what's going on here?
I'm just busting his bees.
Yeah, I know. You guys were talking about the
Yeah,
Channel 23. He's on at 8 o'clock tonight.
Oh, well, we don't
Maybe I should
mention
call
his
up and yell
name.
at him. We're making fun of the homeless all the time.
They have a
Taking
no
photos
live
of it.
policy
It's
with
not
me,
very
Eric.
nice.
No, it's not, but talking about that is just giving him more publicity, which is exactly what he thrives on.
Yeah.
That's why Gonzo's here, to get any publicity he can.
Oh yeah, it's called writing. Like shadow fame. You know, you kind of.
I agree with Gonzo. He does have quite a following in Manchester, but I'm not one of his.
For sure.
If you any more talk on this subject gets the hook. I don't want to talk about this.
Well, you already said what you had to say.
He did. Well, you haven't. How you been doing during this period? Have you been locked on?
Oh, not doing too bad. Trying to stay home a lot, not going out that much.
Yeah.
He's been watching cable lately.
Wearing a mask when I go into the buildings.
Are you able to come
I was
in?
doing that about 2 weeks ago.
You know you can take the mask off when you get inside, Eric, in your own house.
Oh yeah, I know.
They didn't tell you that. It's not
I
on
don't
the
want to
mask.
go into
but it's
buildings
true.
like Market Basket or other places.
Have you seen Glenn R.J. Olette around?
I have not.
I hear he's made his own home studio. Maybe Gonzo can go over there and haunt
I've seen
him.
his shows on Channel 23, but they're always so darn loud. I don't know why.
Hey Eric, what kind of
hard to
mask?
listen to.
What kind of mask do you wear? Do you wear a bandana?
I don't know. It's one that Hitchcock, the COC gave me when I had to do some tests.
You should rock a bandana.
Earlier this month. Oh, last month. I'm sorry.
This is your chance right now. This is what I've been saying. If all these people, all these nerds and whatever, you're not a nerd. I'm just saying if you were. Sorry. Wear the bandana, dude. Like, look, fantasy. You know, live out your Wild West fantasy, like, you know, and then you can show some confidence, and that might relate to your dating life, Eric. You know, I think this is your summer. I think you're gonna find the one.
Where?
All right.
He's gonna fall in love.
Yeah, so I think I might call that third alderman tonight. Tell him to.
You're
leave the
gonna.
homeless alone.
All right.
You're gonna call in.
All right, Eric. We got somebody calling in
Thinking
from
about it.
Hold on. Wait on California.
from
All right.
3:30.
Good work, Don.
Yeah.
Later.
So, talk to you guys later.
Take
4:13.
care. Bye.
That's a major celebrity.
I don't even want to think about local politics.
Eric Gagnon would get more at-large votes than you did.
So what?
That's my point. Notoriety.
Why don't you run?
I would never run. I think you have to like follow the rules and stuff. I'm sure there's some rules.
You do?
I'm not into that. No, I'm sure you can't even like. You probably can't smoke pot. I guarantee it.
Oh, come on.
You probably get in trouble for that.
What, are you going to smoke pot at the board meeting?
Not at the meeting.
You could take
In
some
the car.
CBDs, right?
Right before. Duh. I'm not stupid.
Isn't there some surreptitious
I think
way?
everybody should smoke pot at those meetings. Maybe they'll actually talk about something instead of
Uh-oh.
skating on the issues. And just
Doesn't
avoid
that
it.
figure? What is it, a $500 or a $50 Trump mask? It's broken. It's already broken.
You did not spend $50 on that.
I didn't spend it. It's the contract
No.
with that company in Sichuan or something.
No.
Oh, yeah. This is
I thought
Hughes
California-
mask.
Why'd you hang up on Eric if California wasn't on the line?
Gonna be at the half hour.
That's cool. Who's this going to
I
be?
really
I'm
I'm not
excited.
really interested in the what do you call it, the echo chamber that exists with everybody around here. I'm more interested in stuff like outside of Manchester
Today.
every day.
Then people show interest when people grasp and learn knowledge from things they're interested in. If you're bored with a subject, you don't grasp it. But you must be interested in local politics if you know so much about it. That's right.
I know about bowel movements. It doesn't
Yeah,
mean
you-
I necessarily like it.
Yeah. Well,
Or hemorrhoids or something like that. Which brings us back to politics.
likes a hard word. You know, some
What's the
bowel
world's
movements.
oldest profession?
Prostitution, right?
Right? And what's the second oldest? The politician.
Alderman.
Who started out as a pimp. Everybody knows that.
For the most part, you don't become alderman unless you kind of want to do something positive, I assume. He just doesn't see the way I see. But you gotta start putting yourself in people's shoes too.
All this marketing soft soap. You don't hear that on my show. You don't hear about, oh, isn't Manchester wonderful? I mean, raping kids in school and everybody ignores it. Isn't that wonderful?
What are you talking about? That's extreme.
Why is it extreme? What
Why'd
about
you say the R word, though?
What about the death rate? You obviously don't know anything about me or what happened, right? I was sued by asking for writing a petition investigating a cover-up by a mayor of a high school rape. I was told at the time, why are you going after him when there's other rapes being covered up? And the Department of Education, Federal Department of Education, a year ago had been spending 18 months investigating sexual violence in our schools. Do you know about that? Or do you care? Nobody in Manchester cares about that.
I was able to fight my assaulter off.
What about all?
That's why you gotta work out.
What about rape isn't something to make fun of?
I wasn't. When did I make fun of it?
You made a crack.
Oh, I didn't.
What about the senior citizens dying, the rate higher than any state?
Now that's funny.
Do you think people care?
They care when it's their family for sure. But you're right. No one cares.
I'm talking about your wonderful politicians in this wonderful city. Think they give a damn? I talked to them about what was going to happen. They don't care.
Nobody does, though, John.
That's why we're
honest with yourself.
No, that's not true.
Do you care about my grandmother? Do you really care? If I said my grandmother's passing away tomorrow, would you really care what he?
Hey, your Calvary's come to spare. I have a boring guest today. Who's on the line?
Hi, my name's Ricky.
Oh, hello, Rick. But somebody's calling in from California, so make it quick.
Hi, Ricky.
Oh, okay.
That's rude.
I'm a big fan of the show, and I opened up my car registration envelope, and I couldn't believe that I saw an advertisement pamphlet inside for, I think it was auto fare down there in Manchester.
Oh, yeah, that's been going on since what's his name was mayor. That was a way to raise revenue. I remember when that got voted on.
That just blew my mind, man. I was like, holy crap, are you kidding? They're
from City Hall, they give you an auto fare thing? That's
Well, so, we were bankrupt then.
I just want to see if you're going to say why that's in there, and can we get it out of there, and is it even legal to advertise?
Well, it is. We were bankrupt at the time, and that was a way of raising revenue. And I think the people... they just...
So they're paying for that?
Yes, they're paying for it.
Auto fares.
Oh, okay. I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah, that passed during one of the budget battles between 2015 and 2017.
Yeah, the mayor's sponsored too. She wears patches all over her blazer. You never seen it? It's next.
Is it
That's coming.
Amount? I mean, is it worth? I mean, because I thought I didn't understand that they were paying for it. So that clears a lot up. I would hope it's a lot because I think it's kind of intrusive that I open up my
wonder how much it is.
I see an advertisement in there. I was like, come on.
Let me ask you a question.
I think it's a little outreaching.
How much do you think it is?
And I'll hear what you have to say.
Okay.
Thank you.
We can talk about that in a week or so. Try again.
Sorry, everybody. If you don't want to listen to California, call in right now. Oh, we're not live. Are we?
Yeah, we are live.
Oh, hey, everybody.
After this show, I think I was called in. I'm from under... Hello, I was called in from under a car. Hi, who's this? This is Ward 13.
This is Putin's pony.
Putin's pony. How do you say that по-русски?
Лошадка Путина.
Oh, my. And where are you from, Putin's pony?
I live in Pebble Beach now.
Oh. That's in California, Gonzo.
California.
We have Gonzo, an artist here.
How you doing, Putin Ponzi?
Putin's Ponzi scheme.
It's Putin Pony, right? Putin Pony?
Hello?
Oh, I'm supposed to stop doing this.
Is it Putin Pony?
All right, let the guest.
I would like to call her by her name.
Why is Putin's Pony calling in today other than I texted you?
And hung up on 3 people, too.
I hear the pony barking.
Yeah, that's another pony. What are you guys talking today about?
Well, I wanted to talk about something interesting, but people keep talking about local politics, which turns my stomach.
We could talk about California.
Hey, talking about Governor Newsom, what about that $1 billion deal with the Chinese company for the masks for $5 each? Have you heard about that?
That's not for peasants to know. You know, that's elite dealing, and it's we are kept out of it.
See, I have this great mask here that Q of QAnon gave me, which is a Trump mask. These cost $50 each. I'm not sure if they were made domestically, though. I'll send you a picture now. But how
that's what I'm becoming, a Trump supporter.
Hey,
you and everyone else, Putin's pony.
There's 500,000 people in Monterey County, California. How many people have died?
Well, 8 people died, and 2 of them were ladies, and they were 96, I think, and 94 years old, and they refused treatment.
Oh, okay. So it would bring, about 6 or so, and there's 500,000 people.
Refused treatment. Now, what a asterisk that is. Like, that can mean anything.
They refuse treatment.
Right.
She has a master's degree in economics.
I'm not questioning her education, John. Putin's pony, I got a question. When you go to the grocery store, what would you say the ratio of people wearing a mask today is?
Oh, it's obligatory, so it's 100%. They won't let you in without a mask.
Right now, it's about 25% in Manchester.
She has actually visited Manchester on a mission from Putin. That's when Castro was still alive.
Well, I'm not an epidemiologist and I'm not a doctor, but it's really hard to say whether we already went through coronavirus because the first cases that people died in California were in January.
Right.
And they did the study that we got our virus directly from China, not from New York. So it's possible that we went through that earlier.
Right.
When they were still not, testing whether you died from coronavirus or some other pneumonia.
Now, New York got it. The spark was from Italy and Europe, right?
Yeah, and they traced California virus, at least in the beginning, it was directly from China. So it's a mystery because I can tell you this. I mean, in the last 2 months, I went to see 2 doctors. One was doctors on duty, and another one was an annual exam, and nobody was testing it. That was a perfect time to get me tested because I'm there, I'm willing. So it's really, it's almost starting to, I understand this conspiracy theories because with the way the response is going, there is no testing, there is, nothing is going on. They just put us home. And so it's hard to tell, like, how many people have antibodies. They did this study in Santa Clara County. It's in north of Monterey County.
Which is part of Silicon Valley. Yeah.
Yeah, they had a large number of antibody, like close to 25%.
So that means people were exposed to it already.
Yes, for quite a long time, yeah.
So in California, they had very low numbers, but there was hardly any testing, right?
That's correct. And also, our reality is different. We have a great weather. We don't live in the apartment buildings. We don't really have public transportation. So we are distant naturally, the way we live. So, I mean,
California.
that was not taken
Monterey
into
Peninsula.
account.
Right, you live in Monterey, the Monterey Peninsula, and it's a peninsula that juts out into the Pacific. And there's actually a couple of peninsulas there. And, it's like paradise there. I still wonder why I ever left.
I know.
But how do people in the area, Monterey, the Monterey Bay Area, which is Steinbeck, John Steinbeck country, how are they taking the shutdown? You're a small business person and you're a restaurateur, and the restaurant has been shut down. What is the stress like?
A lot of places are closing. A lot of places leaving. The specifics of our area, we have a lot of government facilities like Naval Institute.
Right. Defense languages
that are not
too.
Dependent on the service industry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And we have a large hospital, and so there's a lot of population that's not directly dependent on service industry. So people are very willing to stay indoors, and they're complaining a lot about people from San Jose coming for the weekend. And so they just want to keep being shut down, because I think majority of people are not affected by that. And we have a lot of old money here and retired people. So they would rather keep it this way.
People want to chill.
You know, you you see people walking in the forest wearing a mask. I mean, like, there's nobody around but deer and the raccoons.
That's true.
So it's taken to another level of, you know, it's a different level, and I don't think people even, you know, they're just very scared, or they just like the convenience of not having tourists, because it is a tourist area.
I can't imagine Monterey without tourists and all the things. Like, you'd have the Bugatti rally, and the people would come with Bentleys in the 1920s and stuff, and the great golf tournaments, you know, where Bill Murray's would come every year. And that's all canceled, isn't it?
It has canceled. Yeah, they let golfers play for now without caddies, though. And, and again, it's you know, the richer you are, the wealthier you are, the less you feel this impact, because like Pebble Beach is a gated community. People have their own private chefs, so they really don't have to leave. I don't think they ever left before that much.
How was your?
So
Go ahead.
I wouldn't say we feel it so much. I mean, like I would say my life didn't change much since the lockdown. It's just more depressing. People are more aggressive towards one another. And, you know, in a time when we're supposed to unite and everybody says we're all in it together, the attitude is really, you know, not very pleasant. People are quite scared of each other, I guess. And so it's all good words on networks and online, but in practice, like, people don't smile anymore. And it's just, you can feel the tension, absolutely.
Yeah. It says yield. You know those people, they come to the four-way stop sign?
This is Mike Gonzalez, who's a very good artist, a local artist.
Putin's Pony, I have a question.
Carmel and Pebble Beach are famous for their art gallery. Well, not Pebble Beach is famous for rich people. Carmel's famous for its art galleries. That must...
I've heard of the golf tournament,
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Pebble Beach. And
is it a real thing, the California stop? Do you ever come to a full stop, or do you just roll right through?
Say it again, if it's a full stop?
At a
California roll. You'd roll through. The California roll.
But my follow-up would be, is that the demeanor there? Like, pretty much everyone's just laid back and kind of just chilling. And
people are laid back, but more in San Diego.
People get yelly and, like, mad.
Where I live, it's a very unusual place. So, yeah, they're definitely more laid back than in the East Coast, for sure.
I'd say we're very abrasive.
Maybe Montana is even more laid back.
Are you thinking of moving to Montana to get away from the lockdown?
I want to get away from Gavin Newsom and the local government here in Monterey County, because they turn into apparatchiks, you know. The local guy, he's a healthcare department head of healthcare department, who is imposing all these restrictions. He makes $350,000 a year.
Right.
Think about it. It's almost as much as president does.
In California, you have county government, and the counties are the ones that determine whether there's a lockdown, whether masks are mandatory. We're here in New Hampshire, we have a county government, and aside from the sheriff, nobody knows what it does except, you know, take our tax dollars. But
well, the same here. It's just like, you know, like, think about Carmel. We have more cops probably per capita than you have in the whole New Hampshire. I swear to God. And they make enormous amount of money. But what they did recently, you know, Carmel is known for being a dog-friendly town.
Oh, yeah.
And that's our, like, you know, trademark.
Oh, yeah,
so what they did, they removed those bags provided to pick up dogs' poop due to the budget restrictions. I mean, instead of cutting back on obnoxious salaries, you know, they're cutting services to people. That's so essential, because we are a dog town, and so if we're going to lose that, and I'm not saying it's a big thing, but it's kind of like the choices they make, they're not making sense to me.
Right.
And nobody's talking about cutting back government salaries, which are sometimes just obnoxious.
Right, and let's say that Carmel is a dog town. That was Doris Day's hometown. Yeah. I had a crush on her when I was a boy, and when I was in my 40s, I actually met her, and she'd aged a lot since 1970 when I had my crush on her. But, you know, they have water for dogs. You can take dogs into restaurants, just like in Europe. That was part of the unique culture of that area. Yeah.
Yeah, Carmel Beach is pretty much dog park. I
Oh,
think
yeah.
the only in the world that they gave the best part of the
Oh, yeah.
coastline to the dogs. I mean, it's wonderful. It makes sense.
They just poop everywhere.
The other thing is,
You have to pick up. Or you get
I was
fined.
talking to John about it
They don't-
before, and so they built
There's
this
no bags.
facility in the Monterey Fairgrounds
Right.
for disadvantaged people who will, contract COVID-19. They spend close to $3 million. This is June almost. Guess how many people are there?
How many?
0.
Well, yeah.
0.
I was trying to find information about that, and everything was done in secret. And a lot of it is a federal grant. It's like they were given federal money that they could use to build this tent city for men, women, and gender unspecific. There's 3 tents, and you only had in California. You probably have the least, the lowest level of infection. Yeah, and so you have this like
and I'm not saying
white elephant.
there's no possibility for it to come back because it's a virus. People will be coming back. They will be spreading. But we have a great healthcare system. Our hospitals were never overwhelmed.
Yeah.
We only had 1 patient in the community hospital of Monterey. So I mean, you have to be more flexible, I think, at this time. And it's a Democratic state. That's why I'm joking, but I'm a Trump supporter now because Democrats failed us greatly. And they're building another facility in Marina, I believe.
Marina is across the bay from you. It's across from Monterey, which is a big
It's
bay.
about 15 minutes by car.
Yeah.
Somewhere, they didn't make the contract public, but we know through some contractors they're already working on it.
Right.
So they're lying to public that it's not being done yet, it's not finalized, so they cannot reveal the plan. But we know through private contractors they're already working on it. So another facility without justification, what happens to all these people that won't be able to go back to work? Because even if we reopen, still a lot of people are very scared. A lot of people will be very careful for maybe a year. America is not known for great health. So, everybody is kind of in a position where they have to be careful. So the business won't be back, I'm pretty sure, for another year or 2. And nobody's thinking about that far. They only think by by July, maybe then till election, and then what?
What do you think about Trump wanting to fill up the convention? Do you agree with that? He wants a full house?
I think that, I'm starting to understand why Trump got elected.
Me too. I would love to hear your take.
So I'm kind of refusing to bash him at this point because he's just a symptom. He's a horrible symptom. I couldn't even see him for all these years, and I never heard his speeches. He's pretty funny, I have to admit, but
He is actually really funny. I gotta give him that.
yeah.
But
But I mean, it's just ludicrous to think that Trump is the problem. And my argument with John that Democrats failed us greatly. This was the perfect time. Let me finish. This was the perfect time to bring up the Medicare for all or universal health care because it is a biological crisis. None of the Democrats said anything. Nancy Pelosi and Hillary Clinton, she said, let's give access to health care. Well, access to health care to people who have no jobs, who have no money to pay for health insurance, that's like eat cake. So it's like, where's Bernie Sanders with his expansion of Medicare for all, at least for the time of the crisis?
I have access to Cristal champagne. I don't have it.
By Democrats.
So you're thinking that there's $4.5 trillion going to Wall Street, where the people and the Democrats were saying, "Oh, we can't spend all that money on Medicare for all. Where are we going to get $1 trillion?"
We already know now that Federal Reserve can print as much money as they want. What's his name, Powell, or the head of Federal Reserve came out on 60 Minutes and explained how that works. So now they cannot say to us that they have no money. It's just the choices they make. And listen, when Biden got nominated for front runner, the healthcare companies' stock prices went up 20%, if I'm not wrong. So I think it's a kabuki theater for us that we have Republicans and Democrats. I'm convinced more and more, especially after this crisis, it's a one party. and they work for the same people, and they just create this tension. So we fight, and and they get done what they need to get done, and we just get poorer and poorer by every crisis.
2020 Trump. You're in, John, aren't you? I think you convinced John to vote for Trump now.
Hardly.
If you vote for Trump, you ain't black. Remember that.
Well, that's actually...
That's what Biden said recently.
I know.
Biden said stupid things since 1988.
Biden's something else. He's definitely one of one. He's unique. But in that's unfortunately, that's it. It's Trump or him, and you got to pick him because it's not Trump, I guess. I don't know.
That's right. That's what
I'm not enthusiastic about Biden, but
I
maybe
think
Obama will get involved,
The point is that people are... I have the feeling that people are going to be reacting against... there's a certain fatigue in all of this. The lockdown and that. Like you said, nobody's wearing it now. They're just waiting.
25% maybe.
There was nobody when I came downtown wearing a mask.
Nobody, right?
Nobody, except me when I put it on. To go mail you a card.
I tried to communicate to some people through the mask today. It's impossible. It's just impossible. And, it's funny because I was wearing a mask in February, okay? And people were laughing at me. But that was the time to wear it.
Yeah, no kidding, right? What kind of mask do you wear, if you don't mind?
I wear an N95 if I want to protect myself. If I kind of like if I go in a tight space, but usually like surgical mask because it's a requirement.
So like a light blue?
A couple times I made a turban, like a Moroccan turban. Where you can cover your face like like a Muslim person.
Yeah, I pulled that off a few times.
He has.
I consider myself like a fashion model for masks, like different options, accessorizing, making it still cool to wear the mask, but look cool, What do you think about that?
My idea was the best mask was the plague, the Black Plague mask.
Oh, yeah, the one that looks like a big bird.
Everything.
Well, what do you think? They say that 42%
that guy, yeah,
of the people that are laid off are never going to work
again. Or the
again.
Grim Reaper, wear that mask around.
We've moved on now. We only got 3 minutes because we got to wipe the place down.
Well, think about all the non-essential workers, like what we think luxury workers, right? Let's say a hotel, the person who opens up the door, right?
The doorman.
The host at the restaurant, the host at the restaurant.
Don't
That would be
patronize.
Probably unessential at this point because of the restrictions of how many people can come in anyway. So a lot of jobs, just because of their nature, won't be necessary in the lower demand.
But what's it going to do to California? Because the economy there is taking a huge hit.
Do we ever need doormen?
Rich people do. They're part of security.
We'll see,
Like Crocodile Dundee, that was a good doorman.
It's going to be, it's unknown. I think that's why I'm thinking we're turning into Brazil. We're going to have this underclass of very poor people, and we have elite who don't even have to go on a highway anymore. They fly in private jets. And this transfer of wealth that happens due to this crisis, instead of going by European model, but just keep paying people,
right?
So they don't have to apply for unemployment, so they would get 80% of their income. We wouldn't have all this crisis, but the mismanagement by our administration, both parties, quite frankly,
I agree.
Put us in a deeper financial hole than it could have been.
The Democrats and under the Clinton and Obama, to me, with their neoliberalism and their almost Reagan Party light economic policies, which were not democratic at all. That's one of the things that Trump in 2016 seized on. He was a career Democrat, and certain issues he glommed onto them. Yeah. We're living in you're talking about the Brazil. We became Brazil. Ronald Reagan, voodoo economics, the Chicago school was worked out during the junta of Brazil from 64 into the 90s, where you have an elite on top, a small middle class, and this huge base of people that are just poor and kept in line by force. And go to San Francisco. The middle class has been wiped out. It's like medieval. Well, thank you for calling in, Putin's pony. Maybe you can call back another time after when we give some discipline to this recalcitrant artist here. They're visually oriented, so they're difficult to deal with. But thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
You can call in a week or so and tell us about Joe Biden. They're all his greatest hits. There should be a few more whoppers.
It was nice speaking to you. Have a good night.
Nice speaking to you too.
Thank
Take
you.
care.
And we're going to have to start wiping things down.
It's that portion of the show where we all buff our microphones real quick.
And
Stay safe. Stay sane.
all right.
And if I come to there, can I sleep on the beach at night finally, or do they still make you go home at 10?
Well, they got rid of dog
You can't
parks.
sleep on the beach.
No, neither can rich people. Rich people are poor. None of us can sleep
Just
on the
clean
beach.
up after yourself if you poop.
Well, that's for dogs.
Bring your own bag.
We'll have to do another Black Russian Terrier show.
For sure.
Take care. Bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Any last word, Mr.
Yes.
Gonzo?
It's getting hot. People getting irritable. Why don't you guys just chill out a second, all right? Be nice to people.
Okay.
All right.
Bye, folks. We'll see you next week if Gonzo gets me back from under the car.